Anthropic has updated Claude Design, and this new update, Claude Design 2.0, has actually changed a lot of things. The biggest complaint used to be, if you remember, the usage limits would run out as soon as you did a few things. Now they claim to have changed this, and there are also structural changes within it. Now, Claude Design is actually a very effective tool. It's a very powerful design tool, and I can say it's one of the tools where we experience how much AI can change the way we design, but let's just say it couldn't spread with such low usage limits, certain bugs, and restrictions. I mean, there weren't many cases where Claude Design made such a beautiful design, or we achieved this, or there were such great examples. It only came out with a few trials, but nobody really wanted to use it much, because there was no limit to use, even separate from the package. Even if you had the max subscription, even with a $200 subscription, you couldn't use it very much. Now they've changed this, and they've actually changed a lot of things inside too. And we're going to look at what they've done together. By the way, if we're just meeting, I'm Mert. Actually, my whole life changed thanks to artificial intelligence. So I've founded very large startups thanks to AI. These are startups with hundreds of users, and they compete with major global rivals. At the same time, I started providing services to companies with AI automation. I did this initially, and through it, I enabled many companies to meet and transform with AI. And as a business model, I've taught it to thousands in the Digital Academy community, and I'm still continuing to teach it. If you have a business idea in mind, want to quit your 9 to 5 and start your own venture, or want to leverage AI in your career, there's a community for that too. By joining this community, you can build your own business and start your startup, just like I did. Similarly, with this system called AI automation, you can integrate into companies' workflows with AI agents, transform them, and generate income from it. The era is changing fast. Artificial intelligence is changing everything. And here, we talk about what it can change in business life and how we can benefit from it. That's the main goal of this channel, actually, to teach you what AI really changes, where the money is made, how to start a venture, how to find customers, how to do it step by step, and which systems to use. I'm trying to teach you all of this. If you subscribe to the channel, you won't miss these videos, and if you join the community, we provide the support you need to reach your goal in the shortest way possible. You can access Claude Design via claude.ai. There's a design tab on the left, or it's also available on the desktop app now. You can use design there too. The design? Now we're here, we click Start Designing. If you ask what's changed, I think the biggest change is that we can choose models here, but as I said, the biggest change was in the usage limits. This is the biggest difference. We'll see how much of a difference this really makes, but besides that, this has also changed. It's now more like the structure we use when talking to these chatbots or AI tools. As you can see, before it was on the left. You had to move the design, select it. There were a few steps. It's easier now. It's moved to that classic perplexity style mode. They've simplified it. Also, templates have been added here. In templates, there's animation, prototypes, slides, documents, and wireframes. So from ready-made templates, design system, my template will be here, I guess if I create one. But you can start from ready-made templates. Now let's look at usage. Before, there was a separate usage section for Claude Design, but as you see, it's gone. It's the same as here. It's the same usage as Claude Work, Claude Code, and Claude. It uses the same pool, so they're all in one place. That unnecessary, very limited part is gone. We'll see in the tests we're going to do. This is where we are. I don't think it will reset. We'll see how much of the weekly package it uses at $200. In fact, I'll show you a feature. You can intervene manually. When you intervene manually, you don't actually use your limit. This is one of the best methods. Now, we don't have a design system. Okay. Let's say clear. I started from scratch. We'll go with slides, because slides are one of the best ways to show things. You no longer need PowerPoint or anything else when presenting, talking to a client. You need slides for everything. Or you need it at school, you need it in your job. Slides are very valuable. One of the best ways to transfer information, and we've used them for years. Now, making these is becoming so much easier. How much time we used to spend. That's also very interesting, really. So that's how we'll go now. Let me show you from this side. I have a prompt to give you. Here, I'm asking it to make 5 slides for me using the slide template. I'll ask for slides explaining AI automation services for small businesses. It needs to be a very clean opening. I'm saying keep it in our design system. There's nothing, no title, no problem. Sorry, there's a title, problem, solution, how it works, and a call to action, a CTA. I'll tell it to prepare these for me. Let me put the organization default design system here too. Okay, I've sent it. It's moved to this left part again. Now we're waiting for it to prepare our slide here. It said, let me look at the design system for the slide first. By the way, you can also set up design systems from scratch here. What does this mean? Your own colors, fonts, narrative, style, language, everything. So you can adjust everything from your tone to your color. It's a system that evolves as you play with it. Right now, as you can see, it's working like a designer. It's asking about the visual direction, how it should be. Let it be like this. I'm saying decide for me. Decide for me. I'm leaving everything to it. Decide for me. Okay, it's done. As you can see here, it prepared my presentation like this. It's quite nice. It prepared it in the style I wanted. It actually decided on its own, but okay. When I click present here, for example, I select in this tab. I click present. It appears like this, and here are the speaker notes. I can edit the speaker notes here. I can talk to Claude in the same way. I can write things here. While presenting with speaker notes, these turned out very well. Or I can send what I want to Claude, and it can actually organize them for me. Now, as you can see, I've exited speaker notes. It continues here. Now let's go back. There are now multiple ways to edit this, and I'll show you what they are. One of them, as I said, will save you tokens. You'll see that too. As I said, there are a few ways, but the most useful is edit. As you can see, when I click somewhere or do something, I can select and click like this. I can take it myself from here and change it. So I don't necessarily have to say everything anymore. As you can see, I can take this circle. You can see it this way. This way I can enlarge or shrink whatever I want. For example, I can change the text. I can say version 5. So I don't need to give prompts over and over and over again for everything. It doesn't make sense anyway, because it uses up too many tokens. Way too many. To do exactly what you want, sometimes you just need to put a 5 there, but even for that, you have to rewrite it. Wait for it to think. Let it think and do it. It wasn't very practical. Now it's become very practical. That's why I liked it. So for any element, let's say I don't want this one either. It's gone, or I brought it back. I want it to stay right inside 2026. There it is. I'm shrinking it. I can even set it to exactly the adjustment I want. Sometimes it wasn't possible to explain this perfectly, so sometimes leaving everything to AI isn't the most logical way. Working together is always best. That's why it's really great that they did this. When you click edit again, it saves. So you can see it like this. You can do it again from here, and there's a pro toggle here, as you can see. If you like Figma, if you're interested in design and like Figma, this is nice because it shows the other parts it's connected to, so you can track all its connections. In simple mode, there's no need for that when you select. You just see it and you can change everything from here. So it's not just here, all the settings are right here. But in Pro Toggle, just like Figma, you see the connection back to design groups, which is quite useful. It's good that they did this too. There's one more. Markup. Here, for example, by drawing like this. I drew that very poorly, but by drawing, let's do it like this. I can explain it like this, for example. Make it blue. So I can say something here. I'm giving feedback however I want, or I select it. Like this. Change the font. Make it cartoon. And here in markup, we're working together with AI. For example, here I said, make it a cartoon font. I said, make this blue. I'm curious to see if it'll work by drawing an arrow, but with markup, I'm giving feedback, and it actually takes that feedback and applies it. It made it blue. It changed the font too. As you can see, we can do all of these things. I just drew an arrow and said, do this right here. Now, there's something really cool. I'm going to mention one more thing. You can connect this directly with, well, you can now connect it with external tools. You can connect with MCP and other connectors and use many things here. What does this mean? You'll see it now. We have our connectors right here. There's GitHub and Highfield is connected here. For instance, Highfield is an interesting use case, or you can connect Canva, Figma, all of them. Let me try something from Highfield for you. I'll say use the high field connection. Let there be a hero image, a botanical texture. Let it fit our editorial palette. Make the negative space very minimal and put it in the background. So I need an image right here in the background. To do this, well, normally you can't generate images in Claude Design, but it connects with high field, or I can connect to anywhere. I can connect to Kaya, whatever you teach it. It connects and uses any AI model from there, and here we'll use ChatGPT Image 2. I can actually create an image for myself and add it to my presentation, my design, my website, whatever I'm doing. This will be a good example of that. So it can connect with external tools. It can take something from there, bring it here, or send something over there. So your design can expand into many different areas. It's here. As you can see, it put a really nice design in the back, exactly what I wanted. It turned out great, and this image really suits the design. For this, it connected to Highfield, generated an image for me, brought it here, pulled it in, and applied the design. I didn't have to do a single thing. So I didn't have to go somewhere, generate the image, then download it, then upload it here, and then say, apply this. This actually speeds up the process a lot. Now, I'll talk about one of the most powerful features of Claude Design, Claude Design Systems. Now, I'm on the home page. On the home page, you can see the design system here. You can create a new one from here. And as I said, this design system takes your brand to a whole new level. Now, a new feature has arrived. You can create a design system here. From here, you connect Figma, you connect GitHub, you create your slides, your files, and you can create a design system by explaining it this way. This was already possible from here, and it would create it itself, but another feature has been added. This is actually for creating a design system from within Claude Code. In this way, we'll first give Claude a command called design sync from the terminal. Let me show you how it works, because this way, for projects on your computer, say you have a client project. Let's say you want to create a custom design system for that client project in a very natural way. You're doing a custom presentation or building your brand there, the marketing parts are there. You want to develop a system specifically for that. Claude Code knows everything. Claude Design doesn't know everything. So here we have Claude Code create the design system and transfer it to design. It's turned out to be quite useful. I really like it. I came here and typed Claude Code. For those who haven't used it before, we have many videos on the channel. It's also quite easy to install. You can use it from here as well. You can also use it from its own desktop application. So it asked me to give this command. I did, design sync. This way, it actually matches up, as you can see. What did it say? Okay. It said, okay, I'll do what's there, and you can sync your design package. If not, let's do this. Design sync. Then create a design system with a warm botanical editorial aesthetic, I'm saying. So let's take this, the design sync. Whether it exists or not, let's create one. Then we'll send it over there. As you can see, it's doing it now, and we are just waiting for now. By the way, what have we done so far? Even without working too hard, we've reached 5%. It was 4%, right? That's how I remember it. So in this 5-hour session, 1% is gone. We're on the max plan, the $200 plan. It opened. Claude did the code. The design page opened. It said, I made a design like this. Okay. They're around here, like this. Okay. It actually turned out as we wanted. Okay. Now I said upload to Claude Design. It will upload it as the Botanica design system. The design system is here, but let's do one more thing. I'm saying create a dashboard form live. I said prepare a dashboard like this for me. This dashboard will show me X posts, YouTube videos, and LinkedIn posts. I'll be able to review them. Why am I doing this? We can actually take a dashboard made here to Claude Code, connect it to data, and it turns into a live dashboard. That's actually what I wanted to show you. The design has started to emerge. It looks good. Let's see the final version. Now the design is out. When we share this, which is quite nice, I can change it like this. It also changes by volume and velocity. When we share it, we can click send to and send it to Claude Code, and you just copy this code and you can do it. Let's go to Claude Code. I opened it and entered it as Claude. It will now connect to the data and set it up for us. It's finished. I said open. I'm looking. Yes, it says it's finished. I said open. Since it's already tracking in this repo, it gives me the data here. Let's see. There's already a structure here that tracks who's an outlier, who's successful, and who's not. But this has become something else. This hasn't changed something I've done before either. Having another dashboard here probably confused it. Let's ask. Oh, okay, it did it here. So it made the signal page inside of this. Okay. It put it here. Okay. It's actually pulling our data. I changed 7 coding tools. Okay. It took this here. LinkedIn. Okay. Maya Chen. It put it here. As you can see, it actively put this into our application. We can expand this design or we can change it, but as you see here, it applied it and it's pulling our data live. This is actually a data monitoring and content creation platform that I constantly use for myself and our companies. Okay. Now let's go back to Claude Design and see what we spent in total. We've reached 8%. We spent 3% of our 5-hour limit, and we also connected the dashboard. The sun is hitting right now. We've connected this as well. I think it's quite good. By the way, looking at this workflow, you can actually see where Anthropic wants to go. What it's doing is this. It's trying to make an app that brings together code, design, animation, everything. All the features, so you don't need Figma, Canva, or anything else. Do all your designs, both website content and your slides, from a single app. And we're saying, let this be number 1 in design. I'm talking from the side. Because of the sun, it goes. I think they can achieve this goal. Honestly, with such powerful apps coming out. But costs were always the biggest problem. It's still a high-cost tool. So it hurt this much on the max plan right now. The Pro plan will consume the limits more, but if the cost drops and it becomes a bit more effective, it'll be much more impactful. We could see everyone using it for their design work, especially if you're dealing with these things or on the marketing side. I recommend everyone who needs any design to take a look. I've also prepared a free system for this, a system of prompts and so on. I've gathered all of these into a PDF. You can also access it from the link below. Also, by joining the community, how can you use AI in your business? How can you become better? You can learn those too. Thanks a lot for watching. See you later.